Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new series called Staxel. My name is Gray, and I've decided I just kind of want to play something a little fun and silly. This is a voxel-based RPG farming type game, and when I call it an RPG, I mean it's not really an RPG, but it is, like, because you have a character that you kind of develop over time, and in a way you kind of make your own story. Now, this series is might be long, might not be. I'm not gonna don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but there are a few people out there that I know do want to see some gameplay. So that's what this is going to be. I will be trying to edit this down in any of the long kind of weighty times. I did play a little bit to see how it ran on my computer. We played up to like day 10 or something. I want to say day 10 or 12, but we're going to make an entirely new world. And what we're going to do is we're going to play up till the... We'll play through the first week, and I'll try and edit down any of the non-boring, or any of the boring stuff, because I'm not going to lie, there is a lot of just kind of like sitting around and clearing grass. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. But if you guys want to see the unedited version, let me know. After you see the edited versions, I will keep it for about a week after this goes up live. So, let's go ahead and get on with this. We'll do New World. We are going to call this the name of the world. What do we want to call it? Zoop. We don't want creative mode. We are going to allow friends to join. Which, if I understand correctly, that basically means that if, while I'm online on Steam, my friends that own Staxel, which I don't have any right now, can literally just join in and play. So, by the way, the music's beautiful. I don't know if you guys can hear it real well or not. Let me turn up the volume just a hair for you guys. 'Cause I actually really like the music in this. And there is a bit of loading in the game. Not a ton, but in between each day, just kind of like in Stardew Valley, if you've ever played that, you know, each day is kind of a cycle, as it were. And this was my previous character, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it, because I liked how it looked. Half black, half white, you know, and the white little mittens and stuff. I just kind of liked it, so... Game's not even done loading, and we've already created our character, and you're supposed to take a second. Now, I do play in first person. You could play in... What is this? Wait, does this allow me just to skip? Hang on. Can I skip the tutorial? Bear. Bear. Save me from farm fan. Already a licensed farmer. Oh, really? That's encouraging. Okay, that's new. You'll need a local license, but I see you already have your farm registration letter prepared for that. Don't forget to run it over to the Maxon Town Hall. There's still a barn waiting to be built. Oh, right. I have a pet for you. Which one do you want? I will take the dog. Good luck on the farm. This allows me to skip the tutorial. Max. Max. Alright, this little town. Oh, is that your farm registration letter? How nice. Let me just take that off you for filing. In return, you get your license and some very sandy items. You can turn your registration letter. Yes. There is a very long tutorial where you run back and forth to town. And here's your license. We also have a few extras for you. Some blocks, shovel. Forward to seeing you revitalize. And get this stray cattle off our hands. Before you can do that, you need to build a barn. Not really sure I'm the best person to teach you, so let's just go see Eliza. If any of the devs ever watch that, why does my mouse scroll up like that? That's something that is slightly annoying. I doubt any of the devs will see this, but if they do, that's something I would love to know. Alright, and our farm is that away. And we gotta go talk to Eliza, who's in this little orange building over here. She's the local carpenter. Hi. Not sure I've seen you around. I'd shake your hand, but I don't think you'd appreciate the oil. Name's Eliza. If you ever have any crafting needs, I can help out. Is that your farm lesson? I guess Maximilian sent you over for the barn then. It's a bit of a task, but I figure if you get familiar with working around here. Barn sign. This is marker and plot. All shapes, sizes, mailbox, deal. Shove her into the ground, make sure you got the rotation right, and track in no time. However, and keep this firmly in mind, that barn ain't gonna build itself, so we have to build it. Basically, they're saying that, you know, it gives you an outline, and then we have to build it. Okay, so, one of the very first things I usually do, or at least I did, and I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do as well, is bugs in this game are kind of broken. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to check and see how much a bugnet 60. How much is seed maker? Maybe we'll go a little harder into farming. 1,000. Okay. Badoop. Badoop. Alright, and our farm's way over here. Way off in the distance. So you can capture like these little butterflies and such. Now your farm, from what I'm noticing, is almost always the exact same style. But the town changes. Like for instance, in the other town, I'm way away from it. I'm so far away from the town. But here, like, literally, town's right there. Just right there. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do ourselves a favor. You can see the orange or the yellow outline. Tell it to display that so I can see how many blocks I need to move it for. I need to move it 3 forward. Yeah, because I want to leave like a little 1x1 gap in the back because we're going to build it really weirdly. That's interesting. If you use the skip forward, you don't get a scythe. So, let's go see how much a scythe is. Because that's going to be pretty damn necessary. We get a hoe, hammer, axe. We don't have a scythe. And you need a scythe to take out some of the bushes. Scythe. Oh, shovel. Scythe. Alright, so we'll pick those up because that's 2 you should kind of have. Scythe is used for cutting down the tall, grassy stuff and the flowers. The pickaxe is used for picking up anything that's stony. Is really useful for helping kind of clear out the farm. So for instance, we know where our farm's going to be here. We just take hammer. We go and turn this back on so we make sure we're only clearing in the area that needs to be cleared. Also, holding down a item, like a hoe or something, does make it better. So when you want to do like mass clearing, just do it like that. Now the reason I'm clearing these particularly is because there's a chance for them to give us some random seeds, which the random seeds really are not bad. They're quite useful, to be honest. See, there's some. They're just called mixed seeds. Not real sure why it calls them a bag, but... we'll just clear out a little bit of area. See, normally you'd get a whole bunch of money for doing the tutorial, which I was kind of thinking, you know, hey, if it lets me skip it, that's way better footage and gets me right on the day. But the problem is, during the tutorial, they also slow down the daytime so that you can actually literally go and get your farm fully ready to go how you want it. Which I'll just have to keep that in mind. It's not like a huge deal, but it is something to keep in mind because that means then that I'm going to have to work way faster than I did on the initial day one. Oh, I don't even get a... Oh, God. Okay, I don't even get a dog food bowl or dog food. Okay, this will be kind of rough. I don't know how much the dog food bowl is. We have one very angry, grumpy dog for a little while. Dog food bowl is 100. Their food's 100. Oh, jeez. Try and make at least 200 off this wood, hopefully. It's 51. I have a very angry, very grumpy dog. Because at this point in time, there's no way for me to make that much money. Nice aspect about this game is that at least some of the tools are they're automatic. So I don't even have to be there for that to go through. Must be dirt. Now, as you will have just noticed, occasionally wood just kind of shoots off in a random ass direction. Again, I'm not real sure why it does that. I think it's something to do with the interaction of when it lands on something. because I've noticed a lot of things have physics. And there's the transition of day. Okay. Alright, that's enough. Also, for those who didn't know, yes, the shop's inventory stuff changes daily. Okay, so that gets us basic start. That gets us to where we can feed our dog. Note to self, kids, play through the tutorial, because you get a lot of really nice things. There you go, duck. It was stuck on the side of its little thing. Now, I am going to go through and I'm going to cut down a whole bunch of plants and see if we can't get some seeds. I was going to originally try and save this for, day 4 or 5, but considering we don't get the base money anymore because we're a registered farmer, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Because when you work with FarmFan to go through the tutorial, you get some random items. Like some people have gotten chickens, some people just get money. But effectively, you get random items, which is useful because it allows you to, like this little sitting log. I'm gonna bring it over here and I'm gonna set it right here. I like that. It's cute. Alright, but you get a whole bunch of money, which basically gives you free starting, as it were, because you basically can pick up whatever you want to pick up. Now this barn, you can literally just be like, go to the edge and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. This is just my OCD kicking in here, by the way. Also, there's no health or hunger, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. But you can just be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then look, you come over here and check the requirements. It's missing 2 troughs, but it has roofs. It has a roof. And I found that kind of funny. It was just like, really? Like that's all they wanted? Okay. Now, blocks do kind of have physics in their own way, meaning that, like, for instance, you're going to want to attach stuff because, like, if you come out too far here, it will actually just disattach. And if you break the bottom block, it'll break anything that it's attached to if it doesn't have any support. Which is why you saw me chopping the bottom of those trees and them all falling. So, something to keep in mind when you're planning out things. Now you remember we set wood to be sawed, right? Well, we're gonna have to go get that here now because you'll notice we're out of blocks. See, we're one short. So, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna chop down a seemingly innocent tree. Little did you know, it murdered all the bugs around here. And the reason we need these is because if we're going to make an actual, like, decent looking structure, which is what I plan to do, we're going to need lots of wood. Lots and lots of wood. Now she'll give us the two things we need for trough. When we talk to her, just be like, and basically she tells you you need to read these blueprints, and then she's gonna give us the stuff to make them. Which the blueprint just went into my inventory. Okay, which I'm gonna go ahead and do myself a favor, set this here, and start it. And to read one, you just left click it. And it should be like, oh, okay. Here's the nails, the hay bale. Alright, so to build in this game, unlike Minecraft, you actually place things in weird ways. Like, you place them on things, actually. How much does trough need? Thought I had enough. Do trough. 2 fine lumber. Okay. So I'm gonna need a total of 4 fine lumber. And that's how you craft. Now, the thing is, we need to make light wood blocks. So we're going to take all this lumber that we're getting here, and we're going to come over here and buy some glue. Which glue's fairly cheap. Just buy as much as we can. Basically going to make ourselves broke on glue. Oh! Apparently that's the button for throw. You got a lot. Now, these ones are not automatic. From what I'm noticing, there are a lot of tools that they just aren't automatic, even though you would think they could be. And I'm assuming the devs are going to be working on that. They just haven't yet. This still won't even be enough. Man, that's crazy. So for our little bit of work we just did there, we got 30 blocks, which, I mean, is enough to satisfy the it's a barn mechanic, but I'm planning on doing something a little different. Because this technically right here qualifies as a barn. I don't like this, but it does qualify as a barn. So, like, if we went to Maximilian right now and said, hey, by the way, remember that barn you wanted made? It's done. He would think it's done. Move that back just a bit. Cows have weird interactions with things, so that is one thing I did notice, is that, like, cows do weird things, as cows do, and so, like, if you put something like buttresses straight up against this, it won't work. Also, build distance, what is it? Now, in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, I'm literally getting the fence we need instead of having to make it. Because there's actually no reason to have your farm fenced off. But one thing I did find that there is a reason to have a fence off is your cows. Your cows will wander around and they will actively get to where they cannot eat. And that's bad, because you need the cows to effectively produce milk. Because if they don't produce milk, they're a money sink. And I'm not playing this to, you know, get rich. I'm just saying, like, if you want to be able to build anything that you naturally want, you know, like if you want to build a hot tub or whatever, you're gonna need a little bit of money. I wonder if there's a hot tubs in this yet. That'd be kind of funny. And you could sell all these as well. Also, I've yet to figure out what this little structure is. Yeah, it's some sort of structure that's on your farm. I tear it down. You guys could let me know if I really shouldn't be tearing it down, but like, I don't see any purpose in it. It's just kind of taking up farming space. And then before you guys are like, oh my god, that's like some sacred relic thing, and I'm like, oh. And so see here how I'm breaking the bottom blocks of these? That actually ends up breaking the whole thing, instead of having to, see, except for like right here where it's, like I said, if it's connected. And then we'll fill in these holes later. Because for right now, we're just trying to get stuff to... Ah! I did not know you could actually sit on that. Cool. I knew it called it a sitting log, but I was like, oh, it's just... that's what it's called. It's not what it actually does. No, you can actually sit on it. Okay. Where is Lady? Lady is our dog. Hi, Lady. I'm gonna pet you. Be sure to pet... By the way, I have noticed there are different types of dogs. Like, this kind of looks like a beagle. Which is kind of cutesy. The other dog I believe that I have looks more like a collie, which is kind of neat. Oh, I know what I could have done. kind of a cheap, easy way to make money. Which, by the way, you notice how you just kind of run up and over those. Yeah, your cows do too. These crates, wherever that went, there it is, really don't serve any purpose. Like, they are useful for certain recipes, but in all honesty, they don't serve a purpose. So, like, we'll sell these tomorrow. That's a lot of what this game is, though. Like, it's just kind of build and make and do whatever you want, because there's no real purpose to do anything. Like, nothing has to be done. You're not paying off a debt or anything, which I know some of the farming games, that's, you know, the whole way they get you to want to play is that you're paying off a debt, you know. But this one, you just do you, you know. Have fun. Do whatever it is you want to do. And that's kind of, I think, the reason I like it so much, is that you can literally just kind of do anything. And there's no, like, you have to do this by this time or anything like that. Like, you just kind of do whatever it is you want to do. And that's, to me, that's amazing. Like, so many games miss that mark of having the player just kind of do whatever it is they want to do, rather than, you know, do this arbitrary goal that, you know, doesn't matter. I know, I'm rambling, but I gotta... It's already day 3. Man, this time is flying. Bed's literally behind us, and we couldn't get up to get it. For those of you who are wondering, yes, our house has dirt in it. I don't know why, but that is a thing. I'm gonna just kind of rearrange the house too. I'm not sure why I'm getting into such a little creative mode right now. But yeah, we'll just have holes in the floor for a little while. I know that's going to bother some people, but for right now, we've got really just about everything we need. Knock out these additional little walls here. Get rid of these cobwebs. Now, I'm not going to remove the kitchen, but I am going to remove all the other stuff, just purely based on... Or no, I want that up there. I want this down here. And do I need a hammer? Yep, nope, hammer to break these. So I'm actually going to sell these, 'cause I do not like the way they look. I just do not like the way that white tile looks. So, then we'll... Oh, and in case you guys haven't noticed, everything's done through like a little scroll wheel. So like switching items and such, just scroll through it. Now, for those of you who are kind of curious about modding for the game, there are already people making mods for this, adding in all sorts of different stuff. I don't know if it's just me, but I like having my bed in a corner. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's more cozy. We'll come back and we'll actually clean up the floor eventually, because these are just pick one up real quick. Wooden plank flooring. So, you know, we can make that. I just have to get a blueprint for it. So, but that did give us 144 of the lumber. Pet lady. Which, like, now that I see this, like, knowing that her name's Lady, or his name's Lady, I don't even know. Could be either. Effectively, it kind of strikes me as I want to get Tramp. Is that weird? So we have Lady and the Tramp. I wonder how many people even remember that movie anymore. 72. Yeah, I didn't figure those would sell for much. Now you do need this though. Like don't let anyone tell you you don't need that, because it is a definite needed. Now, us cleaning out our house like this is how we're gonna get our, how we're gonna basically get all of our starter money that we should have had anyways. Which is not a problem, but it is just also annoying that we have to do this. Can we sell the dirt blocks? Oh, we're gonna try. Let's see if we can sell dirt blocks. I know we can sell the acorn. Sell that. Alright, that should be the end of the things we can sell. Which, by the way, these things that I'm selling right now, you can actually make all of them. It's just kind of cool. There's a whole process to how to make them and things of that nature. See, 279. Now, the first thing we're going to do, because we've got some mixed seeds, right? We're going to come in here. We're actually going to get a seed maker. Wherever it is. That thing's expensive, but it's worth it. And then we're going to find some onions. Onion, there we go. We're gonna grab like 30, because onions sell really well. Or they don't sell well, but they're an all year round crop, so they're easy to maintain. And we're gonna take this, drop this here. Grab some more glue, wherever glue is. And then we're going to go find Maximilian, who's going to give us some cows. And don't worry, we don't have to, like, lead the cow anywhere. Like, he's going to give us some cows. Actually, let's check. Good, he's in his office. That's a really nice thing you can do, is hit M. And, oh, he's reading a book. Sorry to bother you. I mean, this barn you built. Sounds like everything's in order. Here's the cows. Which, the barn's not even finished. Those people who want to move in. Before that, they need a house to live in. Given your impressive work on the barn, we would love your help. So. And basically, his job right there is quite literally to tell you, do whatever you want. Have fun. That's what the game's here for. Is literally have fun. Do whatever it is you decide you want to do. And that's kind of the great thing, is like in Stardew Valley, they kind of tell you, you know, you should make relationships with people. You should kind of do this, you should kind of do that. Here they're just like, do whatever you want. It's great, you know. And the thing is, this is an early development title, which is I want to say impressive in of its own right, because so many titles nowadays, in my opinion, are getting to the we should plant our ADHD kicking in here. Just realizing we need to get these planted. Oh, I could have used that dirt. Oh man. Let's do it like right here. ADHD kicking in here because I gotta get the plants done. But you know, so many games are like, hey, I want you to do this particular thing and do it in this particular way. Well, from what I've noticed so far, I've not seen anything like that. Like, granted, yes, there are like little side quests and stuff you could do, but you don't have to. Even the game, like Max just literally tells you right there, like, we'd love to see what you can do, but at the same time, just do whatever you want to do. What we're doing here is just clearing out a farming space, basically, and I'll make it prettier later. I just right now we need to get this rolling before I get sidetracked on my other task. Now there is currently no way for trees to regrow. Something they're working on, from what I understand. But it's not implemented yet. So got the wrong tool. Yeah, and for those of you wondering, yes, that is something you kind of have to do, is tilt upwards if you don't want to just like plow out a huge chunk of ground. I don't even know how long I've been playing so far. Apparently a little over an hour. Yeah, and I've got a plan. See, in my other playthrough, I had a big issue with my cows. They literally would just kind of jump over the fences. So the other night I actually had a dream about this game and dreamt up a new idea for how to do the fencing. And you guys ever have things like that where you just like you're dreaming and then like you're dreaming about something you've been thinking about? So that's always fun when you're just like, yeah, I came up with the solution for this problem that I've had like in my dream. Alright, now that should be plenty of ground to work with. So we'll grab our ye old hoe and just be like, what? We're gonna move over and do the same thing again. And then once more. That should be enough for all of our seeds. Now these mixed seeds, just like in Stardew Valley, could be anything. Like that's... I don't know what those are, to be honest. But this is initially on my other playthrough how I actually did my first set of farming. Was I literally just did mixed seeds. Because they, like, you could really get just about anything. And it's, from what I can tell, just like in Stardew, it's limited to what you can actually farm, which is nice. This is just, again, this is just kind of an OCD thing of mine. I don't like the ground being that close. Oh, also, if I haven't said it already, with any tool you can just hold down and it'll hit a much larger radius. Let's call that good. Now, you do have to water your crops every day, so, like, don't think we're done just yet with the crops. We're still going to have to work on those, but I just at the same time wanted to get these little things cleaned up. We'll clean up more as we go. So if there's anybody else out there that's like me, it kind of has a bit of a, like, you get a little twitchy whenever things don't look right. Don't worry, we will clean things up. We will clean up this town. Oh, sorry. Folks have been watching a lot of westerns. They just bleed over every so often. Now the nice thing is, I'm literally just holding left click here. That's the great thing. Unlike most other games where you kind of have to like click and then click and then click. Like that's me just holding left click. Now, I've not really figured out yet what to do with raw stone. I just have not figured that one out yet. Figure eventually I'll just kind of luck into it and I'll be like, oh, that's what you do with raw stone. How many mixed seeds do we currently have? Just one. Go ahead and get it planted. Now, supposedly there is a way you can kind of cheese the planting mechanic, where you can where it will literally it says when you plant down mixed seeds, you can then cheat and basically dig them right back up. That's not something we're gonna do here, but I'm just saying it is a thing you can do apparently. Seen a few YouTubers I watch that are playing this that do that. There's no combat or anything like that either, so it's just kind of a generic peaceful farming game, which is nice. I mean, it's like, don't get me wrong, I love Stardew to death, but sometimes, you know, when I want to just go do this little thing, like, and I have to worry about all these other things, it's just kind of annoying. Alright. Now, the solution to the farming, to the thing was... It was really simplistic when my brain thought it up. Create a back wall. So create a back wall, then go too high. So from what I noticed, cows can jump roughly 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to use that knowledge to our own advantage. And this is why I said we would need more glue. We're actually gonna sleep tonight. Just hop in bed and you sleep. Now, again, with there not being any stamina mechanic or anything like that, that doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. Like, in honesty, you could just stay out all night, and it wouldn't matter. The thing is, it kind of matters to me. Like, it's just like, kind of got that, like, it feels weird if I stay out all night on that. What is this? Okay. So, that's another thing that randomly happens, is people in town will be missing items. And you can find them. And they usually give you little knickknacks. I can't call them rewards, because that's what they are, they're knickknacks. So, here in a second, we're going to go run to town and see who's missing a voxel boy. Which effectively looks like a Game Boy. So, good on you, Staxel, for actually thinking to, you know, be able to hide a Game Boy in your game. Now, like I said, the reason we're doing that too high thing is because we're effectively trying to prevent the cows from jumping out, which they have a tendency to do. They have a pretty big tendency to do, actually. In fact, so much so that there's quite literally an item in game that's designed specifically to go recapture your cows and move them to where they need to be. So, what I'm going to do is I'll probably play till day 5, and then we will, call it there. I have just basic dirt, right? Yep. Alright. Because I am going to try and edit this down. Like I said, if you guys don't like the way it's edited, or you think it would be better if it's not edited, so that you guys see all the little things, just let me know. Just let me know, and we'll do it in whatever way you guys are thinking looks good. Because I honestly don't know what's going to be the best way to do this. Now, cool thing you can do, you can come in here and talk to this guy here. And go, heard any rumors? Supposedly Leaf is having a little trouble. And luckily for us, he's right here. Hi there. We're in the local store, name's Leaf. Oh no, I can't find my yellow voxel boy. My life is ruined. I'll go look for it for you. And then she'd be like, hey, you found it, thanks so much, what are you waiting for, hand it over. And like, everybody else thinks they're rude, and I'm like, if they really think their life is ruined because they've lost this, they're like, I want this back, I want this back, and I want it back now. And yeah, he gave us some fireworks. So, oh yeah, we need to go to 2 over to here. Switch that with that, switch that with this, and switch this with that. Alright. Doop. Badoop. And then badoop. And badoop. What you guys are hearing in the background is the dogs. But what we'll probably do is just skip forward to once I have all these made. Grab some more glue. Alright, so all of our stuff's done, and that gives us 87 more to work with. Again, you guys, I haven't watered my plants today. If you guys are playing at home, make sure you water your plants. Because they will die. It's very sad. They do die. They don't get watered. I think that one's a radish. But you can also right click on them and be like, the seeds are growing. Then they'll be all happy and cheerful for you. A little bit of mixed seeds back there. Go ahead and get these guys planted. Pet lady for the day. Hi, lady. You're hungry again? Okay. Now there is a glitch. Sometimes the dog will eat and then it doesn't actually eat. So I've seen that on a few different people's Let's Plays. And there's really nothing you can do about it, to be honest. Now, basically, we're giving them plenty of room. And you don't have to give them any room, by the way. You could literally just lock them in the barn. And that sounds so sad, but, like, you could. You could just lock them in the barn and call it good. You don't have to do anything like this whatsoever. You could even let them be free roam if, you know, that's your, you know, thing. Hi, puppy. And again, that's where we get into the whole, you know, you do what you need to do, or what you think will be fun. Go ahead and start getting the fence down up here. It's like caging in a T-Rex, you know, you gotta make sure it's all done properly. Not that cows are T-Rexes. Chickens are closer to T-Rexes. But the nice thing is, with this design, I can put the chickens in here too. That thing is, I kinda messed up. I should have kept the door, the actual door. Because then we could have... we can get up and out. Hopefully the cows can't. That's the real concern, is hopefully this stops the cows. Or maybe it'll aid them in escaping. I don't know. Even more those things. Isn't that crazy? Like, you thought you had enough, and then you go back and look at it, and you're like, nope, not even close. Oh, okay, cool. You can hold shift and do 20 at a time. That's really useful, actually. And then once again, guys, I'll bring you back once these are done. Though it may be the 5th, so, And we're back. Alright, so, while I was doing that, I had a thought. I don't have anything to feed the cows. So even if we get them right now, and get them out and, you know, start, you know, making them happy, I don't have anything to feed them, and I don't have any way to milk them. So, we're gonna get a milker and some trough food. Not enough money. All right, so we've got two trough food, which is good. Yeah, the mayor didn't give us any. I was like, I don't think the mayor gave us any. Now I don't remember if without the tutorial whether or not you actually got trough food or not, but hey puppy, yeah, that's our puppy. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and lay out the groundwork here so I know about where we're turning. We've still got to technically do in the roof. Because I don't want to leave that just open. You could though. Again, that's the thing. You could. I just don't want to. Alright, we still have the cow in a box on us, right? Yep, we do. Alright. And watch. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Lucreta and Eugenia. Welcome, both of you. And once they say they're happy, you can milk them. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with at least the front. So that when it rains... no, we're going to do across the back first, actually. So that when it rains, their food doesn't get ruined. I don't know if that's a thing. But I'm just going to be safe with this. I'd rather do a roof on the back and not have their food get ruined and not risk it, you know? Like, just rather not chance it kind of thing. If you guys know, like, if you guys have seen any other playthroughs or played it yourself, let me know. Like, let me know if food can get ruined or if I'm just kind of wasting my time, because I'd love to know. As weird as that is, I would love to know whether or not food can get ruined. I'd kind of assume not, considering this is, you know, pretty basic. And not that I'm you know, ragging on it or anything, but I mean it is. It's a very basic game right now. There you go, guys. I'll get you a little bit of a playthrough, or a little bit of a place. And we can just jump up and out. And we pet the dog. Did we water the crops today? Yep, we watered the crops today. We didn't get any new random seeds. We have one pet food. Alright, we need to get this back down so we can start actually emptying our inventory. Yeah, that's basically what the purpose of the bookshelf is to have a spot to empty your inventory. So things like this mug of sap and, you know, like I'm gonna keep the dirt blocks, the sitting rock, and your naming tag, and that. A lot of these things we'll be able to sell. I'll go ahead and get this placed in the world. So we'll actually be using that a lot. Anything else we want to put up? Fireworks launcher, which by the way, I got to see one of those launched. Really pretty. But I'm gonna wait till we have like a event that we wanna celebrate, and then we'll use it. And that's day 5, guys. Alright, so much hearts to everyone who stopped in and watched. Much hearts to everyone who will leave a comment, like, and or subscribes in this video. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.